Emily, a 20-year-old, has been talking to members of ISIS for a few months via Twitter, email, and Skype. She is excited because she has made new friends. She lives with her grandparents in the Midwest, where she spends a lot of time by herself.
I am on my own a lot, and they are online all the time.
The conversation began on Twitter. She had heard about the beheading of James Foley and was curious to know why. Her questions were met with kindness and charm from affiliates of the terrorist organization ISIS. Three months after her initial post, she converted to Islam online. Soon after, she began to make plans to travel to Austria and eventually Syria. Emily is not the first to be recruited by ISIS online. In February 2015, 3 Muslim girls aged 16 and 15 fled to Syria from London. They were star athletes, respected public speakers, and top of their class. Perhaps their accomplishments and kind personalities is why everyone in their lives failed to notice their dark descent into radicalization. As of today, they are still in Syria, married to Western Jihadists. ISIS's propaganda not only embraces modern technology, but is extremely effective and efficient. With a budget of $2 billion, there is no limit to quantity or quality. They distribute daily messages across many different social media platforms, targeting youth throughout the world. And with 24/7 news coverage of terrorist attacks, as a country, we should ask, what is our role in promoting these terrorist organizations? ISIS understands the vulnerabilities of adolescents: insecurity, loneliness, and poor judgment. They target these weaknesses using messaging platforms. They give teenagers a lot of attention. They listen to their questions and ask about their interests, family, and lifestyle. It's not a radical idea that teenagers of Western countries may align with the values and beliefs of ISIS. ISIS targets young adults because they know that at this life stage, one is trying to find purpose and meaning in life. And as we all know, teenagers are easily influenced and coerced into many different beliefs, especially by their peers. Research has shown that the main component of whether youth end up in a terrorist group is the network of friendships that teenager maintains. That network can be online or in person. Not surprising then, endless hours of chatting online to new friends may result in a radicalized or politicized identity.
Lauren Duncan, professor of psychology, Smith College. Identity formation is the task, the psychological task of the young adult. Also during that time, people tend to be very idealistic, and so they tend to see the world in more black and white terms. And so if they are presented with some sort of political analysis that says your group's being unfairly treated and here's the solution, they're more likely to be pulled into that sort of radicalization.
But
there's a big difference between politicizing an identity and becoming politically active. Only a small percentage of people who politicize identities become active. And I would imagine for radical identities, it may even be a smaller percentage of people become politicized because the actions are so extreme and the costs are so extreme. So there's some factors that may predispose people to politicize an identity, but then there's separate factors. There's lots of people who politicize identities and hold up particular ideologies, but only a small percentage of them become politically active.
But when does politicized identity threaten to cross the line into politicized action? When is it teenage rebellion, and when is our nation at risk? Are we able to predict who acts on their identity?